Folks, I'm gonna show you a few fish catches with this rod from yesterday. It was a very tough day on the water, folks. Very tough day on the water. I caught some nice fish, but unfortunately, all of the video from the nice fish, well, I have video. The video is fine, but there is no audio from my nice fish, okay? I learned something after 3 years of using these Rode microphones. I like them very much, but I didn't even know you could mute these things. I didn't even know. And on the first version, there is no mute button, but this is Rode 2 and there is a mute button. So careful when you're turning this thing on, careful where your thumb is resting on the opposite side for support. So I think what happened is when I turned it on, my thumb simultaneously muted it. Okay, so it was running, the microphone was running, it was working, but I muted it. So all of this gorgeous 11-12 inch crappie in the current, incredible fight with this rod, is ruined. No audio. I'm still gonna show you one of these, one, maybe two of these fish in mute, just because, I mean, it was a good fight to take this fish. Then I found out too late. I was checking the battery and I saw the audio here is not moving. There is a screen, you can see that if the volume is moving. So I found out about my mistake and I switched it on, but by then the big crappie was gone and I only had little 4-inch bluegill. So I packed up and went below the dam. And below the dam you're always gonna catch some fish. And I've already shown you a video of that, so it's not gonna be very interesting. Below the dam you're gonna catch some 5-6-inch bluegill and some 9 to 10-inch crappie, sometimes 11 if you're lucky, but pretty small crappie. So not that impressive video, but that's all I managed yesterday. It was tough day all day yesterday. I don't want to complain, but all kind of little freak accidents, things that you wonder how can this happen. I snagged this rod, okay? I snagged the jig on the bottom. I thought there was nothing to snag. Well, I snagged it on the bottom. These jigs that I'm using, they're 1.5 gram tungsten. They're very expensive and I don't have many of them. So I said, okay, I will go on the other side to unhook it, but the bolt was tied on the back to the wall. So I put the rod in the rod holder for just 1 second to go untie the bolt on the back so I can go around to get my jig head. And well, the first time I did it, I left the bolt in the rod holder. The bolt moved, almost broke the rod. Almost, the rod bent like, I don't know, very tight. And the line didn't break, almost broke the rod. When I saw it, my heart just stopped beating. I went and grabbed the rod and somehow it didn't break. It's a pretty strong blank. Then I did the same thing. I snagged again. I put it on the rod holder again, but now I'm thinking I'm smart. So I flipped the bail. So if the bolt drifts a little bit, I'm not gonna break my rod. So I go back and for just 1 second, folks, there was this gust of wind. Look, brand new line, okay? Because all of the line from yesterday, one gust of wind just took all my line out of the spool, all of it. I mean, just for 1 second, how is that even possible? One big ball of line in front of me, I didn't even try to untangle it. I just cut the line, got my jig, threw it all in a nylon garbage bag, and I was done fishing with this rod for the end of the day. I caught a few more crappie with the swimbait. I'm not gonna put those in the video, but it was a tough day on the water, so I'm gonna put these few catches that I do have on a video with audio, just because I want to make something after all of this struggle yesterday. Howdy, folks. Man, I'm tied to the wall here, but some dangerous stuff is happening. All of a sudden, the current came like 5 miles per hour. Trolling motor wouldn't hold me. I went all the way back, like a safety issue. I can untie and let the rope go, but that's never happened before, and the wind is against me. I don't know if the trolling motor can even hold me here. And there is always something with this rod. I can't make a video catching a fish with this rod. I don't know what's going on. Everything is against me. Yeah, that's too far. Yesterday I went to Lake Normandy. I didn't even catch a bluegill. The lake was 10 feet down. My gosh, I couldn't even catch a bluegill. This morning I caught a bunch of crappie with this rod already. But obviously, all these years I didn't know that a rod has a mute button. So when I was turning on the microphone in the morning, I have clicked the mute button. Then at one point I was checking the battery. I see the volume bar doesn't work. There is no volume. So all of the fish I caught above the dam, no audio. Maybe I'll put a few catches somewhere, but no audio. So I still don't have a good video of catching a fish with this rod. I don't know why it has to be so difficult. There's one fish, finally. Hopefully we have, feels like a bluegill. Hopefully we have audio. Feels like a good bluegill. Right now, yeah, that's a crappie. Okay, I'll take a few crappie. I'm very exhausted. Dropping the boat, pulling the boat out, anchoring, tying down, all of this just to cast and catch a bluegill. Let me put it here because I made a little notch for my rod. Okay, hopefully we can get a few more crappie on trout magnet. Then I'll switch to the swim bait and I'm gonna clean them out. Bye, buddy. Where's my towel? Bite? Probably bluegill bite. I don't know, the trolling motor cannot hold me. I think we need to reposition. There's one more. That's definitely a bluegill. This is definitely a bluegill. Oh, not a bad bluegill. I'll take this one. I will take this judo. Sure. It's not that pale either. Here we go. Feels energetic. Sometimes small crappie feel energetic. Yep, small crappie. He will explode. He will explode, but oh, look at this. Trout magnet came out, but he fell in the net. 10-incher. Fish, man.
thought it's heavy. Still the same little crappie. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Another crappie, only one bluegill. Look, it's going to the wall. Look, it's completely confused right now. Trolling motor is confused. It's going the wrong direction. Alright, folks. I tied up on the other side. Now the current is in my back. Tell you the truth, feels just as dangerous. Actually, right now everything is pretty good, except that I spooked the fish. Still getting bluegill nibbles, but I was catching crappie. What is this? Too light. Too light? No, it's... Man, he ate it. I gotta set the hook earlier, folks. I felt the bite. This one is not really bluegill. I don't know. Looks like bluegill, but the mouth looks like green sunfish. Bite. I'm getting nibbles for sure. That's a decent BG, folks. Decent. I will take some of these right now. Nibbles immediately. There's a cloud of baby bluegill down there. Is this... It's possible to be small crappie, but I'm almost rooting to be a bluegill now because it will be a good bluegill. It is a small crappie. Okay. It's a decent crappie. I bet you this is a keeper. Okay. This might be crappie, I don't know. Or a decent bluegill. Yep, crappie. Small crappie. And I love the crappie weight. You guys know what I'm talking about. You feel and then it gets heavy. Not like bluegill always nibbling. Maybe some of this fish down there is crappie, look. There was like a 7-inch crappie. Really small. Maybe some of the marks I'm seeing are not even bluegill. Maybe. Crappie. Slower. I don't know, it's kicking now. It's kicking now. I'm gonna lift this one. Some really small crappie there, folks. Really small. Maybe this school is not just bluegill. Maybe just some baby crappie. Baby crappie. That's why I like crappie as a species. The mouth is so huge. Baby crappie has no problem engulfing any bait that I have in my whole backpack. Something small again. Is it baby crappie again? No. Decent bluegill. Folks, I know this is a presso video, but let me cast the swim bait a couple of times. I'm just curious if I'm gonna get something nicer with the swim bait. Is there something nicer here? Maybe there is nothing nicer. I am catching fish with a satisfactory frequency. But the very small crappie or even the bluegill. Oi! That was bad. I almost flipped it on top. I don't know. How did I cast so bad? Let's see if the swim bait will produce anything nicer.